Mercedes Swanson was in what you might call a bad mood. She glanced at Austin to her left, as unreadable and unflappable as ever. Sylvia scurried in and out of the room, gathering everyone up around the still mostly frozen candling. She looked at Austin again. For someone who had almost been stabbed by a poisoned dagger not moments before, he appeared serene. Mercedes knew that was a lie, however. Austin was like the sea, waves calm and shoreline pulling slowly back in preparation for the tsunami that was to come. Holy Sister Renee wasn't nearly as hard to read. Her face was a storm of emotions as she entered the room, magic swirling around her, making her seem taller than she already was. Really, Emmeline, Beator's night poison, she snarled. Of all the things Silvertongue could have had you do, Beator's night! Emmeline was an iceberg, head held above the prison Mercedes had crafted. He had seemed nervous when they had caught him earlier, but when Renee entered the room, something shifted in his expression, confidence replacing fear. The game had changed somehow, but why? Mercedes was reminded of times when the staff would gather to play games of poker. Austin, for all his training in psychology, was remarkably bad at the game, but she could never get a good read on Oscar. Oscar Hansen was open and easy to read, a terrible liar in his day-to-day life. But whenever they played poker, he was suddenly the most adept player in the room, and she could never properly get a read on him. The head of the school could be infuriatingly contradictory at times. Emmeline twisted his head to look up at Renee, eyes shining a silvery blue. Don't like my way of saying hello. Besides, he paused, smiling, the poison simply would have made them more susceptible. Now let's end this interrogative facade. Will you let Emmeline go? Will you keep him captive? Mercedes was beginning to see a part of the picture here. Emmeline, whose eyes were originally orange, she was sure was being possessed or manipulated by this silver tongue. Different person, different act. Renee sighed. I can't just let you go. What's after this? The person who was not Emmeline any longer nodded as if they expected this. Then it seems we are at an impasse. You cannot let Emmeline go free for his crimes, and I can't simply release him from my web, now can I? She sighed and waved her hand, blue magic floating through the air surrounding Emmeline. His eyes turned orange once more before they rolled to the back of his head, and he slumped forward unconscious. Renee turned to the rest of them. I suppose you have some questions. Austin nodded, all business. Mind-controlling assassins. He said it like it wasn't at all ridiculous, but Mercedes supposed with his background he'd probably seen stranger. Not quite. Silvertongue is the alias of a powerful fae, one who escapes the binding. He can control those that meet his requirements to various degrees. He has eyes and thurls all over the Milk Groves, but no one knows what he looks like or where he makes his home. Apparently he wanted to meet you. Eric raised an eyebrow, and his first idea was to stab the nearest kingmaker. Doesn't seem that smart to me. Mercedes jumped a little. She hadn't noticed him come in. Surprisingly, it was Austin who shook his head, not Renee. It was a test. Send someone disposable to gather information on the targets. I don't think that fae sees this as an opportunity, he said, looking at the unconscious Emmeline consideringly. The conversation went on for a while longer. Adalaie arrived sometime later in there to drag Emmeline away. Eventually, it was just her and Austin left in the room. Austin was staring at a spot in the wall just above her head when he spoke next. What do you think about all this? Mercedes shrugged. Something's off. They talk about Silvertongue like he's a criminal, but are a little too wary about the people he has under his control. Austin nodded. Besides, Emmeline wasn't under some sort of compulsion when he attacked me. Renee clearly isn't telling us everything. You can ask her later. Until then, I'm getting a little sick of sitting around this tree. What do you say for a bit of an adventure?
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
I'm Cassidy. I'm playing Matthias, the Rift of Typhon.
Hello, and I'm playing Adalaie, the Rift of Nemesis.
I am Sonya. I'm playing Emma, the Rift of Athena.
Hello, I'm Simon. I'm playing Aron, whose rift is King David.
Hey, I'm Celina. I'm playing Mara Galanis. She's the Rift of Hades.
And unfortunately, Juno will not be here for the next few episodes. But where we last left off, you had all arrived in a ruin of some sort, attempting to find Aron, as well as the creature that attacked the Cirque de Lumière. So let's just jump into it. But first, we're going to pull back to where Adalaie is currently, sitting at a cart, babysitting Ezekiel, getting him to stay awake under the request of Matthias. And the Fae Prisme, she is a white cat with beautiful angelic wings, has come over to sit by you. She sort of cocks her head and looks at you quizzically.
May I help you?
Oh, sorry. Don't get many visitors, so just observing. Do you need help entertaining the small one? I'm very good at entertaining.
If you like. No.
Oh, fantastic! And she
caffeinated
immediately rams into Ezekiel and, like a cat, starts playing with him, like an actual cat would, like batting at loose clothing and letting him pet her. And Ezekiel's eyes are wide. Kitty. And she gives off this soft glow, and these little globes of light, like fireflies, appear around, and they're multicolored and very pretty. And Ezekiel goes to grab at some of them, and they go into his hand and disappear and reappear in the air, grabbing his attention more.
Kids are really just tiny little kittens, aren't they? Well, big
Really?
kittens.
Yes, much bigger than me.
Really?
What do you think of your traveling companions? They are certainly an odd bunch. Not that being odd is anything wrong. I mean, I live with a bunch of performers. We are the definition of odd.
Well, his daddy, I like him. Good man. A bit on the hot side, if you know what I mean, but...
Oh, is because he had fire magic or something? I mean, he glows, and his hair does look like flame.
He also got a bit of a temper, but... but it's a good temper. It's nice and steady.
Passionate, perhaps.
That's the good word. Yeah. Now, for Emma and Juno. Sorry. I mean, those things. Okay.
What about the others? You mentioned Emma and Jane. Oh no. Our player has frozen. We take a pause for technical difficulties.
Flag has struck.
But we'll shift over and we'll come back to finish that conversation to the rest of the group, who has arrived at a set of ruins.
Mattie's now at the back of the group, kind of rocking back and forth on his heels and his toes, kind of just going... wrinkling his nose, like, oh no, why did I do this?
And how is Emma, Aron, and Mara? How are you guys feeling?
The sus meters are definitely rising.
So
I want to stay close to everybody else. Nobody wander off. I think we should all stick together.
Nobody here mentioned ever splitting up. That's an awful idea. Aron says, getting even closer to the group.
Never split the party.
Because the sus eaters have reached dangerous levels.
We literally have split the party, though.
It's alright.
Maddie's gonna lean over to
Fine.
Aron and be like, hey, can I get another one of those javelin things?
What are you doing with all the other ones? You've asked for one 3 times. You have one.
Oh, never mind, then I have one. I don't need another one.
You definitely have one. Okay. The group wanders farther and farther into the ruins, and we'll leave them to come back to Adalaie. As we watch them go farther into the ruin, and something shadowy shifts behind them.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no.
So, Adalaie, Prisme has asked you your opinions on your teammates. You've gotten some on Mattie.
On Emma and Jane, they remind me when I was young, in love, stupid. But they're bright girls.
Love does do stupid things to humans.
Yeah. Trust me, it really does. Yeah, but I feel like they would get along a lot better if there wasn't a boy in the way.
I don't know, they seem like the opposite attract sort of thing. They seem very different sort of souls.
True.
Though they both have the same... Oh, how should I put this? I was going to say a spirit of mischief, of which case they are both very bad at it. I am a fae that specializes in the art of mischief and pranks, so I can get sort of a feel for who's good at pranks and not. You're very good at them.
Thank you.
I think you might be my favorite in your little group.
She bows a bit. I'm honored.
Yes, you have that sort of air about you.
Now, for Mara, she don't talk much, but I like her. If she did, I feel like she just needs to open up a bit more.
And Aron?
And Aron? I think he's good. We don't talk much, but he seems like he got a good heart.
You seem to have a positive opinion of all the other Kingmakers. What about Aron and Cades? I'm curious, especially about Cades. Don't let him know we're gossiping about him, though. Knowing him, he's probably gossiped about me already, though, so I should not feel guilty.
Well, okay. He's something.
Oh, that is one way to describe him, yes.
Yeah. I can't really put my tongue on it, but he's something.
Yeah.
Antagonistic? Is that it?
I was going to use a bunch of expletives, but we have a small child here, so I will not.
True. For Euron. Urin. I don't think I can ever say his name right. I feel that he's a bit like Mara, but like he's seen some shit.
Well, certainly must have in his line of work. Speaking of his line of work, do you need to go help your friends? They disappeared off in that direction to go in search of Urin. He went sort of missing. I can entertain the small child. That is literally my job description. Entertaining people. Humans especially. You guys have such fun reactions.
I mean, I would, but I don't No offense to you, but I don't feel safe leaving Ezekiel alone.
Oh, well, he's not alone. There's me, and then there's the rest of the troop inside. I'm sure he'd be more comfortable on, like, you know, an actual non-wooden surface.
Kids can sleep anywhere.
But the goal is to not let him sleep.
Kids can deal with being on hard surfaces.
Oh, well, if you want to hang out here alone on the cart, I guess you can.
I'll stay with the kid.
And I'll stay with you, I guess. I don't have much better to do. And we shift back to the party as a whole. The ruins are very small. A building or two left in rubble. Ancient carvings as like little pictograms in the stone. There appears to be in one of the broken down ruins just a staircase leading down into darkness.
Well, that is not scary at all. This is the definition of a horror movie.
Wait. Marco.
Hello.
It doesn't help if you say it. Oh, he probably doesn't know that game. Run! No? Okay.
Silence.
Mattie,
Uh-oh.
you hear something skitter,
Uh-oh.
like legs of a bug behind
Oh
you.
no.
Behind me?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone standing behind me? I said I was at the
You
back of the
said
group.
you were in the back.
Immediately I want to whirl around and throw the thing. The javelin.
Okay. You throw the javelin with your yeet ability,
My yeet ability.
and it disappears into the darkness very quickly. There's nothing behind you.
Okay.
You need another one of those now.
I put my hand out for another javelin.
What happened to the other? What?
Mara
just
and
Threw it.
Aron, I did not get your physical fears before the episode starts, so feel free to private chat those sometime. Very soon.
I'm not afraid of anything.
I'll find something, don't you worry.
She says while actively private chatting.
I'll find something. I have some ideas. Anyway. Emma. Deeper down the stairs, you hear also skittering, but it sounds like a lot of tiny little legs moving
God.
into the darkness.
Back away from the stairs. Do you guys hear that? Skittering of feet, lots of them? Or is that just me?
Why do you think I threw the thing?
Oh, you heard behind you? Because I hear it down the stairs.
Mara, to your left, you hear the yowling of an injured animal, sounding like a cat. If you don't give me your physical fears, I will go with the worst thing I can think of. This is a lesson.
Do that.
This is a lesson.
No.
Give the DM what she wants.
Mwahaha. And Aron, to your right, you hear a faint sound that is familiar to you. It sounds loud, but like a shadow of what it would be, like a gunshot.
You gotta do this to him. Alright, sus levels have reached a level. Screw this. See you guys. Bye.
The sounds
Where are
each
you
of you have
going?
heard coming circularly from around you. Just when you
Okay.
think you've pinned down where the sound is coming from, it comes from a different direction.
How about we all put our backs to each other and face outwards so it can't
Caves
sneak
look
up
at you
behind
all
us?
like you've lost your minds. Are you hearing something right now? What's going on? You guys look like you've seen a ghost. Oh, is there a
Yeah,
ghost
we're
here?
hearing stuff.
Oh, well, that's not good. That's the first sign of insanity.
And there's stone ruins.
Mhm.
How far are the nearest trees?
You've kind of been walking along the tree line, so they're not far.
I would like to use Breath of Fire once we all have our backs to each other.
Oh, do you want to set the forest on fire?
No, my goal is to try and keep it contained away from the trees.
What do you mean?
I just want to do like a little circle as we like.
Oh,
see the
around
turns.
you guys, trapping
Yes.
you guys in a circle of fire. I like that idea.
Oh boy.
Oh, you
I've
trap
already-
your.
I've already said it.
You've already said it. It's been done. Mattie, you guys all watch as Mattie opens his mouth and breathes out a gout of white hot flame around, and it quickly takes to the ground and flares up in this circle around you guys. Perhaps keeping something out, but also trapping you guys in a very hot circle.
Mattie. We're stuck in
It takes him he literally pauses and you can see him loading.
Oh my god. Bad to worse.
Oh. And then he goes and he starts stomping the fire out. I forgot you guys weren't fireproof!
We're not. We're
As you
really
guys
not.
are doing that, as you put your foot on the flame, Matthias,
Uh-huh.
you feel something scurry up your leg.
He just kick.
Scurries up your back.
Oh.
Okay, wait.
He's gonna
I know
back
what
up
I'm
to
scared of.
he's back up to Emma. Hit it.
There's nothing
What?
on his back.
There's nothing on your back.
I feel it!
I start swatting his back anyway. Just for revenge.
The sensation disappears.
Maybe
The fire continues to rage on.
Did you put the fire out?
You know, it doesn't really work in reverse.
I can see that.
If you want, I can put more fire there.
Fight the fire with fire.
Can you put anti-fire there?
No. Anti-fire
Oh.
is water. I'm not a water dude.
And as you guys are talking, Cade's head snaps in one direction and he pushes everyone to the ground as a volley of arrows flies over everyone's head. Look out, shadowlings!
Oh, crap.
Oh god.
Hey, Matthias, can you aim your fire in that direction? He points to the south.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Breathe fire.
I need you to hit it with all you've got.
Okay. Dice.
So for a hit it with all you've got, when you have a clear shot and you use your abilities to hit someone or something with all you've got, you roll plus power. On a hit, you give the target an appropriate status of your choice, tier equating power. On a 10 plus, choose 2 of the following effects. On a 7 to 9, choose 1. The effects you could take are: you take cover or secure a superior position. If you don't choose this, they can impose a status on you. If they are a PC, its tier equals their power. You get them good or get many of them, plus 1 tier. You control the collateral damage. You hold the target's attention if possible, or you gain the upper hand, take 1 juice.
I'm gonna change things up and I'm rolling a D12.
Oh, an opportunity for a 1.
Oh yeah. Oh, now that you've said that, I have the dice in my hand. I gotta go for it.
Roll it.
But it's not a 1. It's an 11. And then
Oh,
I can
that's
add...
nice and good.
It's the good one.
Why do I keep doing this? Here we go. And then I can add breathe fire and then body of rock and fire. So 13. Superior position, and let's get them good or get many of them.
Okay. So that is a tier 3 status coming at these monsters' way. And as you breathe out this flame, it lights up the area, and momentarily you can see this figures made of inky darkness, their skin gray and sallow looking, like some of their body parts have been sloughed off over years of meandering and wandering. Some of the bone is visible along one's upper jaw. And this fire shoots out, and there appear to be 3 of them. All 3 armed with a bow and arrow and looks to be a dagger. Fire hits out, and it hits them, but they keep moving forward. So I need everyone to roll me a face danger as another volley of arrows comes streaming through the fire.
And this is physical?
This is a physical face danger. To avoid an oncoming hit or to endure harm. You liking that D12? You just gave me a huge smile.
Yeah. That is another 11. I think I might have to change dice. Yeah, I'm gonna change dice. That's not fair. You want me to re-roll that, or can I keep that?
No, you
11?
can keep the 11. I'll let you keep your momentary happiness.
Does the
Don't have it
9?
long, after all.
9 doesn't sound good. 9.
You can add stuff to it, if you would like.
How would I add to somehow get this? Because I feel like 9's not a good thing to have in this situation.
If you roll a 10, you don't take any statuses. On a 7 and 9, it's a status -1.
I could use my little powers that kind of just are basically a big shield.
Yes, you of all people can add statuses
Can
here.
you put a shield in front of everyone?
Also, don't forget, you all have mouse luck still. It
So
applies
can I make...
to everything.
Can you put a shield in
Can't
front of
apply it
everyone?
retroactively. He could roll change the game and try to give everyone a story tag with his protective aura.
I can just a little ball of you can't hurt me with your arrows. Can't get wrecked.
Yeah, so you can add your protective aura to get it to a 10, and then you don't take
But
status.
just stand behind me, and that should probably work.
I mean, yeah, you could be a literal human shield. That's kind of your thing.
But he's got a shield, so if his shield would just help everyone. Can I just stand behind him?
It's just like a big dome around me. It's a little
You
area.
know what? Absolutely. For Aron, why don't you roll me a change the game?
Oh boy.
So, on a change the game, when you use your abilities to give yourself or your allies an advantage, you roll plus power. On a hit, you get juice equals power.
What?
And you spend your juice to gain the following effects. You create a story tag, burn a power tag or a story tag, or give or reduce a status. On a 2, on a 10 plus, you can scale up an effect, prolong an effect, hide an effect, or any other improvements we agree upon.
And guys, check to see if you have juice from last game.
Now the
I
whopping
do. I have
7.
2.
Does that affect the game at all? I don't know what I'm rolling exactly. I got a 7. I don't know what I'm doing.
And then
Okay.
add power.
How does one know how much power to add?
You
Well-
have the tags that you have, those power tags that you gave yourself. Each
Yeah.
one of those is equal to 1 power. You just have to tell me how that power tag applies to the situation.
And just use as many as possible. As long as you're confident you're not going to have to do this move again.
Well, I could probably use the second one. I mean, the first one. It's basically just a clear little dome that nothing can really get through. At least it's extremely difficult for things to get through.
Well, how many tags are you adding?
How many do I need to add for this to not blow up in my face?
Well, 7 to 9 is already a soft success. A 10 plus, you just get you get 2 juice instead of 1, and you scale up the effect, prolong the effect, hide the effect, or any other improvement you and me agree upon.
So try and get it to a 10.
8.
The general goal is that 10 plus is like a hard success. It's the number you want.
I guess I could use all 3 and get it to a 10.
You could do that. Though I know all 3 on that particular story tag do technically apply here because they're all based around your protective aura.
Yeah, they all protect things.
Okay.
So,
So do you want? So you would get 5 juice total because you added 3, and you get a minimum of 2 on a 10 plus.
how do I add juice? Where does
So
one
at
go?
1 to 1, you can create a story tag, burn a power tag or a story tag, give or reduce a status, scale up an effect, prolong an effect, hide an effect, or any other improvement me and you agree upon. I'm gonna say, why don't you spend your juice to just give everyone in the group the story tag of like a +1 with your protective aura?
Sure.
Okay, so this is a temporary tag, and you're creating it 4 times, 1 for each person that's with you, plus yourself. So you get Protective Aura. It's a temporary story tag. It will only last, I don't know, however long this fight does, for convenience. And that
Do
is
we all have to roll? All
Yes,
of us who are here.
everyone
Okay,
rolls to face danger.
Okay, I got a 7, then plus the protective aura, then plus mouse, that's 2. And then I can do creation and just make like a wall of dirt come up in front of me as well.
Absolutely, you can be an earthbender.
Yeah.
Mara, what'd you roll?
8.
Are you adding anything to that? You have the protective shield and mouse luck, so I suppose you don't have to.
No, I think I'll just not add anything.
Okay, then that's still a hard success with the 10 because of the mouse luck and the protective aura. So you guys, in a combination of Aron's quick thinking of his aura and just some nice magic from mouse luck that just makes you feel like whatever you're doing it with style, you're doing it with finesse, you're good at this. Hair flip. So yeah, you dodge that volley of arrows. What would you guys like to do? As these things shamble forward, and they're just gonna walk into the fire. They're not gonna not gonna register it. They're just gonna walk into it.
Is it injuring them?
I mean, it looks like it's burning them, but they're not registering pain, so they just keep moving.
They could literally care less. They couldn't care less.
But they're coming at you. What do you guys want to do?
Can I use creation to just put a giant slab of dirt over where the fire is so we can get out?
Absolutely. So I'm gonna have you roll another face danger as one of the Shadowlings is gonna come at you with a dagger as you're trying to do this, just as a dramatic interruption.
Oh boy. Oh, I got 10. Just rolling straight.
You don't even need to add anything. You dodge out of the way as you do, making this wall of dirt that covers part of the circle of fire, and you guys can run out that direction.
Oh my god.
It is the direction facing the staircase.
Frick. That's better than nothing.
You guys running?
Most
Are we
likely.
going into the tunnel or
It's the
How
plan.
many-
no?
So we said I asked for a javelin like 3 times. Could we say that like I was holding 2 javelins?
You know what? I'll give that to you. I'll be nice.
I could probably just make more. I don't think there's much of
Yeah.
a one.
Also, Aron can just make more at any time.
I
So
would like to hit the closest shadowling with the javelin as hard as I can.
are you throwing it, or is this like a melee attack here?
Let's throw it.
Okay.
6. Plus I can eat and long stick. So
Don't forget your mouse luck.
8 mouse luck, 9. And then I have strength of a titan that gets me up to a 10. That's 4. And then take cover superior, so that I'm assuming this is a hit it with all you've got.
Oh no, this is a go toe to toe.
Oh, okay. So that's 10. Should I keep adding things?
Do you want to? You won't be able to add any of these tags to the next go toe to toe.
No, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it at 4. So we're
Okay, so it's a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good to know. It's good to know. You get a 10. So you get 2. You manage to achieve your goal. Take something hold. You get them good, giving your opponent a status to your goal's power. I'm assuming you want to do that.
Yes. And I also want to block, dodge, or counter their best attempts.
Okay, that's your 2.
Yes.
Good to know. So you strike forward with one of these things, but it just keeps coming at you.
I'd like to
That's
make.
like a tier 5!
I would like
It's
to.
a tier 4.
I would like to make a very
And it's still
sharp sword and just
standing.
stab it with it, see if that does literally anything.
As you're running away, you're stabbing it with a sword?
Yeah.
Is it the same one that Mattie has stabbed with a javelin?
Yeah, I guess like a big old actual sword rather than the stick and just stab it, see if it cares.
Okay, also roll me a go toe-to-toe.
Don't insult my stick. You're the one that made it.
It doesn't seem to care about the stick. What would happen if one was to get 2 ones? That's a whopping 2.
There's no critical failure in this game.
Oh,
So nothing terrible happens, you just fail. Oh, but of course, you're gonna take a status. As because when you fail in City of Mist, this gives me a good opportunity to explain the rules. I can't do a lot to you unless you fail. When you fail a roll, I get to use some of my MC moves to you.
Okay, wait. This dice does not want to be my friend. I would like just rolling it around and not like.
So because you've done poorly on that, I'm going to use an MC move and I'm going to give you a status.
Disappointment? Is that the status?
No, the status is Darkened Dagger 2 as you go to slice this thing and it stabs you in the gut.
Ow. Oh god.
And your veins around the area that it stabbed immediately start turning black.
Okay,
And
that's
it begins to spread.
Okay.
But you keep running past, Get away, get away.
Oh,
How do you hear
that's what pain tolerance means. Because dear lord, it probably hurt.
Oh, that hurt. It hurts a lot, but you're also in adrenaline mode right now.
We'll deal with that later. Let's get out of here.
Mara, you want to do anything? Just running into the tunnels with everyone else?
Probably.
Okay, then I won't make you roll a go toe-to-toe or anything like that. You run by. And you all 4 of you escape into the tunnels, Cade's taking up the rear. And the Shadowlings don't seem to want to follow you down there. So you walk into the darkness. You have lots of glowing things around you, though. Mattie, anything that Aron has made ever, working as low torchlight to light up this ancient cavern that has more art on the walls. You can hear echoes of something moving deeper in the cavern.
So we're on the stairs right now? Is it a windy staircase or is it a straight staircase?
It's a windy staircase.
Okay.
It's a windy staircase. But eventually, as you go creeping down, you arrive when the cavern sort of flattens out. It's still on a slope, so it's still going deeper down. It's just no longer a staircase. And it begins to straighten out.
So...
but as you guys get down, you guys are looking at Aron, who is now panting, holding a stab wound, blood trickling out between his fingers.
This is fine. Fine.
You got stabbed?
Tis but yeah, I got stabbed.
Okay.
That's
and I would like to do my best to help Aron's stab wound with my nurse's training.
Well, then why don't you roll me a change of the game?
Okay.
In this point, you would like to reduce his status.
Okay.
You have juice from the previous session that you just like to spend?
Yes, I have 1 juice.
Okay, you can reduce it by 1. You bandage it up, wrap it tightly. With bandages that Aron has summoned.
I have juice.
You would have to describe to me how you would help. Mattie has medical training, so.
Any chance you can summon some antiseptic cream or some shit like that?
I don't think that works.
No. Chemistry classes are not part of my class thing. I don't know how to make antiseptics. What I can do is take the pain away.
Oh, would you like to do that?
Yes.
Describe to
Ow.
me how you do this.
I'll go into his mind
Okay.
Okay, hold on a
and
second.
take away the pain.
Okay.
You're not allowed to. No, wait.
While you're doing that. While you're doing that. If I could read my own handwriting, I'd be invoking a weakness right now. But I can't read my handwriting or your handwriting, so I really don't know your weaknesses.
For which one?
Just all of them. Can you send me privately in the chat?
All of them? Every single
Just
one?
every single one you have.
I'm invoking all 3.
I mean, I could just invoke you're in over your head, but that's the one I know.
What about I don't want you in my brain. Could
But
you
I would like to give you opportunities to add attention to other talk cards.
That was a good click.
That's from the card that I'm using right now.
Yeah, we'll invoke that weakness.
Oh boy.
So you do succeed because I'm not invoking it as an give you attention flaw sort of thing. I'm invoking your weakness because as you creep into Aron's brain
Please stop.
to take away the pain from the
You don't know I'm doing this. You just know your pain is fading.
you are assaulted with flashes of memories that don't make sense to you. Of just blood, alcohol, death.
Oh boy.
And when you come out of that, if you accept the weakness, I am going to give you a status. Do you
I'll accept it.
Okay, so mark attention to that theme, and the status I'm going to give you is trauma 1.
Really?
Some light mental trauma.
WTF 1.
But Aron, your wound is feeling all the way better. You don't have those statuses any longer. You're still bleeding and it hurts and you're definitely injured. No one magically healed you, but you're not in crippling pain.
So question, I only saw those memories while I was in his mind, right?
Yeah, you don't know anything.
I look at him oddly.
I look back oddly.
This is odd.
I
Do you
Not
request
in the
something?
military?
What?
I'm so confused. Never mind. It's nothing.
Oh, okay. The susometer has risen slightly.
But Aron, you would notice that the veins around your wound are still black,
No, that's not normal.
and the
We need to
skin
give
around
him
it
a
has
blood
begun to turn
transfusion.
gray.
Okay, that's not normal. This is very unpleasant.
Kids of some sort. You let one of them stab you? Of all the things. Of all the things!
Is this something that you treat like a snake bite or a spider bite? Like what?
No, we need to find the Shadow Hunter Knight now. He knows the spell to reverse that. It'll only get worse.
Someone
What's
should
this?
do the
It'll eventually turn you, first it'll kill you, and then it'll turn you into a shadowling.
Oh.
Okay.
Their daggers are poisoned. Of course, them just touching you can do it too, but it's less effective.
So
And, getting it directly in your bloodstream.
Shall we go find this old chap before,
I mean, I really hope he's down here.
Oh,
Oh.
So how long until this
Hear you.
is my person?
But I
You're walking down here just to interrupt your good mood. Emma,
Oh god.
flash of silver catches your eye from just the peripheral vision. You turn. Tiny little silver worm type creature.
Oh god, I back away from it.
It disappears as quickly as you saw it. When you turn away, you look back, it's gone.
Oh my god.
But you can
Hide her in the
still
bathroom.
hear it.
Hear a worm?
The scuttling little feet of maggots.
I think it's nearby, you guys. 'Cause, maggots everywhere. God, that's disgusting.
So are we going further down? Because we think he's there?
Unless you want to go back up and fight more shadowlings.
Well, that went terribly.
Honestly, would shadowlings be easier to fight than this demonic creature thing that haunts nightmares?
They, just saying, didn't follow us down the stairs.
You know, some
Exactly.
clearly they don't like whatever's down here either.
If we can at least see the shadowlings, and we can fight them.
Maybe we shouldn't be down here?
We
As
do
you
need
say
to find
that-
the shadow hunter, dude.
As you say that, there's a sound
boy.
from behind you. It's a heavy, low sound. And it starts quiet at first, as you're pretty far away from the entrance that you came from. But it's loud. It gets louder, and then louder, and the floor underneath you starts rumbling, and then
What's this
stops, and dust settles.
How wide is the hallway?
Yeah, wide enough that you can walk two people shoulder to shoulder.
Is
Um,
this
do I see
some
anything?
giant boulder thing?
With your night vision, Mara, and you squint back farther deeper into the tunnel that, like, you left, the entrance just caved in. You're trapped.
Oh.
Oh, fun.
I thought we were gonna have a giant boulder rolling at us.
Indiana Jones style.
Exactly.
Don't give any more ideas. This is
And there is something that caused the cave in.
the giant boulder.
Giant boulder.
Don't tempt me. It is a creature completely made of shadows. It
Like a
stands
giant boulder.
its head cresting against the ceiling of this cavern, a good 10 feet high. It looks sort of like a deer, almost, with black shadowy fur, but its horns are the only things that you can really make out, as well as its eyes. They both glow bright white, and it looks at you, and it bears fangs at you that also glow the similar white light. And ahead of you, you can see another of that exact same creature. And they both turn at the exact same time,
Wilson?
sandwiching you in between them, and charge. What does everyone want to do?
Regret life decisions.
Jump where? Jump where? Up. We're in a cave.
What do you guys do? For the listeners, Tele is giving silent suggestions to the chat.
They're all
I'm
so
helping.
good.
You don't have that long to make a decision. They're coming at you in 3, 2.
I'm gonna
Shield
free
blob
fire
thing,
at
that
whichever
might help.
one is closest, but like out of the way of people.
Were you leading the charge, Mattie?
I think I was one of the last ones in.
Okay, then you'd be targeting the one in the back.
Okay.
Sort of pushing Aron out of your way, because he was the only one behind you. And you breathe fire out at it. Okay, then I need you to do 2 things for me. The first thing I need you to do is roll me a mental face danger, as you stare at this thing,
Oh no.
glowing white horns pulsating in such a pleasantly hypnotizing way.
I really wish I was a dishonest player because I would have kept the stacked dice.
What'd you roll?
That is a 1, and I don't have enough to add to it.
Okay, then you're gonna take the status, but roll me the hit it with all you've got next, and I will describe to you what happens after.
This is a hit it with all you got?
Yes.
Okay. And this is how a fair dice works, because that's a 10!
Okay, that's nice. Add your statuses. Add your powers.
Breathe fire. Body of rock and fire. That's 2. Would I be able to combine abilities if I screamed and breathed fire at the same time?
The
This
fire
is
would
a
go flying.
really small space.
You want it to cave in more?
Hold on.
I would beware at the consequences of screaming without warning your party members.
I need to roll
Oh,
an
didn't he?
intelligence
He set
check.
up a signal for us.
Just a bit. Just are you getting out a separate
Maybe.
D20?
PP signal as I scream.
We all cover our ears.
So does everyone?
Down.
Everyone
Yes.
comes there. Okay, you can add your scream to it then. Yes.
Okay, yeah, and then, so I release a scream that's also on fire at it, so that's plus. That's a plus. Yeah, plus 3, and that's a hit it with all you got.
Yep.
Wow, you're really spitting fire
Choose 2.
there.
So superior position and get him good.
I wish there was a
No,
way that could make
wait,
you take
wait.
psychic damage, Emma.
Taking it back.
But you didn't like that
Position.
pun.
Get him good and control collateral. I want to focus the sound as much as I can.
So you
get him
choose
good-
you choose 2. Get him good and control collateral damage.
Yes.
Okay, so you don't. Everyone gets their hands over their ears in time. No bleeding ears today in the party. That's the collateral damage you control, and you have a status of 4. No, sorry. Status of 2. Oh god. But you do status of 4 to it.
Okay.
I will tell you the status you take. You take dazed 2
Okay.
from mesmerizing light. But because you also didn't, you didn't take take cover or secure.
Oh, wait. I'm not done my turn yet. Mouse!
Oh, so 5.
Yes!
It's not down yet. That's good. It's good to know. And it's going to. Oh, you are mesmerized. So as it strides up to you, instead of bucking you with its horns, which what it looked like it was going to do, you guys watch as it bends down and bites Mattie in the neck.
Oh,
And
my
you get the
God.
status draining bite 2.
Oh,
What?
I'm at a 4?
So the way statuses work is they are 2 and 2. You just have 2 separate statuses. One has to get 2/6 to be lethal.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
So if you take 2
Oh.
statuses of the same, it adds 1 to it. So if you take, say, 2 draining bites, it becomes draining bite 3. And then there's a little. So the cards that come with the game, they're basically. It says 6, but that's very deceiving because you get 3. There's a space between 3 and 4. There's 2 spaces between 4 and 5. And there's 3 spaces between 5 and 6. So you have to get hit way more times than just 6 to take a status of 6.
Okay.
They do stack though. So beware. You're not looking good though, as it drains some of your very nice and warm blood.
And no what? Hold on.
Mattie would just like to say, "What the shit?" And can I?
I
Try
would
and
like to
change
whack
the
it
game?
with the sword.
Not right now. You've
Okay.
done a couple actions. What does the rest of your party want to do?
I would like to whack said weird horse thing with the sword. 'Cause
Okay,
I'm
I
trying
need
to
you to roll me
proceed.
a face danger and then hit it with all you've got.
I'm just gonna roll for this. These dice do not like me today.
What'd you get for the face danger?
6.
Can you add anything to that? It's mental.
I could probably use the fact that he was in the military. I don't think a weird deer thing would.
What tag are you adding specifically?
I guess since kind of he can go under pressure a little bit, since this is definitely some form of spook, I guess that might help.
Yes, that's a 7, so it's -1 right now. If you can get it to 10, 3 more. You don't take anything.
I don't know if it would work right here.
If you can't think of anything else, we can keep it at 7, and you'll just kick dazed 1 instead of dazed 2.
Sure.
Okay, so you take dazed 1. Roll me your hit with all you've got.
Come on, dice, please be nice to me. That's better. 11.
Okay, what are you adding?
How much do I need to add?
So basically, the more you add to a hit with all you've got, the stronger the attack.
I would like to add the little mouse thing.
Okay, so that's 1. So 2 so far.
Maybe, I guess that's about it.
Okay, so you can choose 2 from the effects. Do you have the list in front of you?
No.
Okay, you can take cover, secure a superior position to avoid them attacking you back.
I'd like
You
to-
can get them good, and you'll add a +1 tier. You can control collateral damage, and hold the target's attention, and you can gain the upper hand.
I'd like to get them good. I'd like to make sure they get...
Okay, so that is a status of 3, and then you have 1 more you can choose.
Like, that's one of the... I guess I could try and get to a better position.
Okay, so take cover, secure a superior position so they don't attack you back.
It's not retreating, it's tactical repositioning.
Yes, exactly. So it takes a status of 3.
I thought it was at 4 from Mattie.
4. Did it take 4 from you, Mattie, as a status?
Yeah.
4? Okay. It's still up.
Okay.
I'm so confused how this works.
It was 5 from you? You're muted. I'm breathing your lips.
It was 5 because I added mouse last minute, but before my.
Okay, it's still up.
Okay.
But Emma and Mara, you are faced with the other one coming at you.
Oh boy.
Fun!
Isn't it so fun?
You have
While you guys are
necromancy skills or
deciding what you're gonna
something.
do, I'm gonna send the damage cards in the chat so you guys can have those for later.
What?
So Mara and Emma, what do you want to do to the second one?
I hit it with all you got.
Okay, Emma, how are you doing? Hit it with all you got.
I sticking with earth bending, just making a spike going straight through it.
Okay, so why don't you roll plus power?
Ooh, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus creation, plus mouse. That's already 10. Right?
Okay. So how many statuses is that for the damage?
I don't know how that works.
How many did you add? How many power did you add?
And 2.
Okay.
Mouse being one of them.
So tier 2 right now, do you have anything else to add to do higher damage?
No, I'm not a damage person.
Okay, but you got it to a 10, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then you can add any of the 2 options.
Where do we get the 2 options?
So on the player moves sheet that I sent you all,
Yep, I have
on the
that.
move, hit it with all you've got.
Okay.
On a 10 plus, choose 2. On a 7 and 9, choose 1. You got a 10 plus, so you choose 2.
Oh. Well, I want to get them good.
So status of 3. And then would you like to not take damage back?
I would like to not take damage back.
Okay,
yes.
that's the general combo. So you secure a secure position, and you do 3 status to it. Mara, what are you up to?
I'm gonna use. I don't have the thing right now. I can't pull up the other actions. So I'm gonna summon
Oh, and Emma, I need you to roll me a face danger as well, for mental. Continue, Mara.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm gonna summon Cerberus, and I'm gonna use Nimble from my training card to move out of the way.
Okay, so why don't you roll me a hit it with all you've got if you're having Cerberus attack.
Okay.
Describe to me how you summon Cerberus as well.
Here, doggy.
10. And
Nice.
I'm gonna. Oh gosh, I actually don't know. I'm gonna stomp on the ground, and I'm gonna yell his name.
Okay, and I imagine the earth splits open and out of the bowels of literal hell.
Yeah.
1 giant paw, 2 giant paw, 3 heads
Yeah, and
of
he's
the
like,
best doggo, Cerberus.
Yep. So he looks at me excitedly, like he's my puppy, and I'm like, "Go attack, go!" And he gets all vicious.
He looks at you like, oh, yay, owner summon me, yay! And then he, oh, enemy, and all 3 heads growl in time. So how many power are you adding to that? You have Mouse, and you have Summon Cerberus, that's 2 already. And on 10 plus, you can choose 2.
Wait, what else can I choose?
So you can take cover, secure a secure position, which means they won't impose a status on you. You can get them good, which adds 1 tier to your own. You can control collateral damage, or you can hold the target's attention, or you can gain the upper hand and take a juice.
I'm gonna take cover.
Okay, you can choose 2. So that's 1.
I'm gonna use invisibility from Helm of Darkness.
Oh, but 2 of the things that I just read out, you can choose 2.
Oh, okay. Take cover and...
That's all you got?
Would you like to make your status a 3? Okay. So, 1 status for every time Cerberus bites this thing.
Oh.
1, a 2, a 3. 3 points of status, and Emma, you did 3, right? So it's 6 now. Okay. It's still up. Oh, and what did you get for your face danger, Emma?
I got a 4. Do I get to add anything to
You
that?
get to add its mental.
Okay. Well, that's my specialty. Mouse luck. I can sense you, I guess, so I know exactly where they are and what they're doing.
Okay.
At all times.
I'll let
And
it.
it keeps me grounded.
6.
Need 1 more, right? And squirrel distraction.
That's great. You're like, oh, over there. Look over there. It's a -1.
maggots
If you get it to
over
7, it's -1, so you take to dazed 1.
Okay.
And
And I have trauma 1 and dazed 1. Lovely.
yes, Mara, I need you to roll me a face danger as well. Oh, and because both of those are mental afflictions, they
stack.
combine. They stack.
Okay, so
So
just mental too.
dazed trauma 2.
Okay.
Look at me being so creative there.
Oh boy.
Burnt nostrils 3.
Don't tempt me. I'll start using ridiculous story tags eventually. Mara, what'd you roll for your face danger?
7.
Do you have anything to add to it? Mental.
I don't know if I can add anything to it.
Try.
Uncaring.
Try.
Yes, that works. That's an 8. You need 2 more.
Intimidation?
I'll let it be. You're glaring this thing down. 9.
One more, you got.
I have 2 I have intimidation and intimidating.
Okay, sure. Why not? We really need to talk about changing those so the wording is just slightly different.
Yeah.
But I'll let it stand for now. So that's a 10 plus, you don't take a status. Okay, then we will cycle back. Mattie.
So it bit me,
Yes, it is still biting you.
and you said it has big antlers.
Wait, his blood is made out of magma or lava.
It doesn't seem to be too
Okay.
bothered by that.
It has 2 big antlers.
Yes, that you are currently staring at and you can't look away.
Can I grab the antlers and try and pull them apart with Titan string?
Now, that would be a hit with all you've got.
Okay. With -4.
Yeah. You know what you have.
Yeah. That was a ride. It did like a full circle on my paper before landing. So I rolled a 7, and that brings it down to a 3.
Mm-hmm.
4 strength of a Titan.
5 mouse luck.
5 mouse luck. Body of rock and fire.
Sure. 6.
6.
Only need one more.
Unyielding determination.
I'll allow it.
So 7.
7, so you choose 1. How many power did you add there?
That was
4. You went to
4.
3. You went to 3
Yeah.
to 7.
so
Nah.
4. That's a 4.
You choose
Secure
1.
a superior position.
Okay. How do you want to kill this thing?
I want to rip its head in half.
Okay. So you hurt this thing, because the term is hurt, subdue, or alter.
Alter it into 2.
No, alter is a different thing. That's mental damage.
No.
So if you're like psychically tearing this thing apart, that's altering. Because you're doing it with your physical hands, you're hurting this thing. You rip it in 2. It doesn't bleed. It just disappears, and you're left with 2 shadowy antlers.
Have them in my hand?
Keep them.
Oh, there's still one more thing left. So, Aron, what are you doing?
That was needed.
We'll master the art of technology eventually, guys. Don't worry.
One
Get
day.
there.
No. So the other one just kind of deleted itself out of this mortal plane.
Yes,
I deleted it.
Or you deleted it.
there's another one. It's bearing down currently on Mara and Emma.
Well, let's go stab that one.
Okay, so hit it with all you've got. Also, when that one appears, the dazed affliction that Aron and Mattie took disappears.
That's just a -2 to all of my rolls.
Oh, how lovely.
I got a 10.
Fantastic. What are you adding?
I want to add mouse to get an 11.
You hit it. You hit it all you got last turn. Can't have the same thing twice.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
You gotta find something else. And then explain it away to the DM.
What if I just
MC.
stab it?
I mean, you already rolled a 10. That's a success.
I could just stab it.
You could just stab it.
No fancy, it's just a stab. It's just a good old-fashioned just stab.
No
Good
magic,
old-fashioned
just
stab.
stabbing a deer. Okay, so you can add 2. That's already a status of 1, just base.
So just yeet.
So what do you want your 2 to be?
What was the one card? It's like,
Get him good, and then...
yeah, that, get them, and then tactically reposition.
Secure position. Okay. So, that's a status of 2. You stab it. It is still up and kicking,
Okay.
but it does not kick you, which is good because its hoofs looks mighty scary.
And he's already been stabbed, and that wasn't pleasant.
And it wasn't pleasant. In fact,
And
you're
it's
really,
also been
really
stabbed
hurting right
by a
now.
How, so,
Like your pain, the most pain has gone, but like, it's still a stab wound.
I mean, it also has like the giant spike through it still.
But that brings it to Emma. Can you think of a different way to attack it with different tags?
Yeah, but I'm not sure I want to go mental.
To tell you a bit more about the game, the way damage is taken, it has a whole separate HP bar for mental damage.
And that hasn't been.
No, it hasn't been touched yet. Physical damage and mental damage are two different things in City of Mist for dangers.
Can I ask Aron for a stick?
Would you request a stick? Here you go.
You get a stick from Aron.
Pass it
Can I
forward.
hit it with the stick?
Wait, just
Okay.
a stick? Not like a just.
Hit it with all you've got. It's a stick.
Okay.
Go.
It's straight up a stick. All right. It's
It's
just
a real stick.
You could ask for a spear, but okay.
Metal stick.
8.
Tackle.
If you don't have anything to add to that, you can choose one.
Yeah, I'll just add a status to it.
Okay. So it can attack you. It's going to.
But it.
It bites.
How-
It,
Okay, how,
wait, how much tier did you do? 2?
Huh?
How much did
Wait,
you
do
do?
I have to subtract status?
A tier of 2? How much did you
Yeah.
do to it? 2? Okay, then before it attacks you, it does die.
Did it?
Yeah, so how do you want to kill it?
Bludgeon its head in with a stick.
Okay, and Mara
rolling me on
and
six.
Emma, your dazed statuses disappear.
Hey, I'm only back at 1.
Back at trauma 1.
Oh boy.
Yeah, boy.
And you're left alone in the hall. Cades gives you guys a
Did that one's antlers dissipate with it?
yes.
So I'm still holding the antlers?
Mhm.
I'm gonna tentatively put one down to see if it disappears.
It disappears.
I'm gonna hold the other one and be like, I'm just gonna hold it out to Mara and be like, if you want to draw it fast.
Wait, sorry, you're gonna what? You
If
cut
you
out.
want to draw it fast, because as soon
The
as I let
antlers.
go, it poofs.
Oh, okay. And I
You sit
frantically
down and
draw
sketch
it.
Mara, as you sit
Are we
down and you sketch it, you're looking at in the darkness and you see glowing eyes of a cat.
Oh,
No.
cat?
It looks injured. And
Oh
it's
no.
slowly dragging itself farther away.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
no.
running straight to the cat, bro.
Fantastic.
Where are you going?
So Mara takes off down one of the corridors. You guys go after her?
Follow. Yes.
Yeah.
Mara,
Still
where are
holding
you
the
going?
antler.
The skittering bugs meets Emma's ears, and a faint fluttering of wings meets insectoid wings.
Mara, can we know?
Aron can hear the telltale signs of conflict and combat in the distance.
There's a
Tactically reposition.
Cat.
Mara, you're
Not
just
worth the
focused
cat.
on this cat, but as you get closer, it just seems to be getting farther and farther and farther away until
There's no cat.
it vanishes from your
It's a
vision.
lie.
Oh no! Okay, so then I stop and I turn around and I'm like, nothing happened.
And all at once, this cat, its head hanging by the sinew of its broken muscles and spinal cord,
No.
jumps at Mara. None of you else can see this, but it leaps at you, Mara, head hanging from a very, very much a thread.
What the?
And Mara blacks
Okay.
out.
Epic.
At the same time, Matthias, 1 butterfly, 2 butterfly. They start landing on you, one after another, after another, after another, until they've encapsulated every
Oh, no.
inch of open skin on you, and you are just a cocoon of flapping and fluttering butterflies and
guys-
insect legs.
Just see he starts just dry heaving while
And you black
squatting on
out.
himself.
You black out.
Tactically reposition.
Emma,
Oh no. Oh God.
you hear the squelching sound at your feet. And then you feel the squirming sensation as one massive swarm of jittering, slimy, silvery maggots climbs up your body, desperately trying to burrow into your skin.
God, no.
You feel sharp, agonizing pain everywhere they crawl, biting into you, and you black out. Aron,
Oh, so much.
you watch one by one as your friends black out, and you can feel this familiar just atmosphere hit your nose, the smell of blood and dust and death.
No.
And you can feel your mind going back to a place that you don't want it to.
Oh, God.
Hey, Aron, you want to give me a flashback?
On a scale of 1 to how much would this thing want him to go back to the regret day?
This is totally on you. You get to invoke flashbacks. I'm just saying, if you want to have a flashback, we were talking about it last time.
I want to have
This might be the time.
Do I want a flashback or just want to?
Everyone is saying yes in the chat. You're being eagerly encouraged.
I don't know though. Aggressively.
Oh well, I'm gonna make you have a flashback. You have a flashback.
All right, darn.
In fact, I'm gonna make you have a flashback by invoking one of your weaknesses.
Ooh.
Which, might I remind you, is flashback.
I was doomed from the start.
You never had a choice.
All right, so I guess this would be. All right, I guess I can.
So go ahead and take your weakness on that card. So I am going to invoke it to force upon you narrative power.
He was doomed from the start. He never had.
So narrate what you see as you are pulled back.
All right, so I guess they're probably pretty similar to the original dream I described, except the people definitely have faces now, because obviously it's not a dream anymore, and the world is just kind of a semi-deserty area with a few kind of grassland, but it's just night instead of a black void. And there's 3 or 4 people in said vehicle if you exclude Aron sitting there. And that's alright, what would happen? And then, like in the dream, there's a very, very loud explosion. And then Aron doesn't remember parts of it since, he hit his head relatively hard, but he wakes up kind of surrounded by a whole lot of just fire and crap, which is nothing pleasant, with, the other people sprawled around him as the Jeep they're on threw them all out. And 2 figures kind of hovering over 2 of them, with both of them very well armed. And I want to keep some how long?
You don't have to narrate. It can stop right now as the 2 figures approach. Their faces fuzzy. You are pulled back into reality as Cades manages to get to you in time with your flashback, pulling you out of reality and away from the fear that is surrounding you.
Oh dear Lord!
Into a different sort of fear, but you don't pass out because Cades just forces upon you laughter and happiness.
Oh God!
That probably makes them like a.
So you're feeling a really horrifying mix of traumatizing fear and
happiness,
maniacal laughter, but it's keeping you awake, unlike your companions, which have all passed out. And we will come back to what you see as we delve into the 3 who passed out. Emma.
Okay. It's familiar to me.
Awakened, and you are tiny. You are as small as a bug. It is your house, it's familiar, but it is huge.
Am I a maggot?
You look down, you look like yourself. You're just very small.
Alright, then I'm gonna start trying to get to my room.
You walk forward. You can crawl under the opening ajar of the doors in your house. And as you do, you have to crawl through this thick, brownish, brackish ichor on the ground, and it takes you a while to realize because there's just so much of it. As you climb and it comes to your nose, it's like you're swimming in a pool of it, even though it's only a small puddle of blood. You're pulling yourself, trying to get to your room from wherever you were in your house before. You don't remember. In fact, as you're swimming through this sea of red, you find you can't remember where your room was in your house. You don't know what direction you're going. What is up? What is down? What is left? And what is right? Just submerged in this sea of red, screaming, ringing in your ears of a high-pitched woman's voice. One word repeated frantically. No. No. No! No! You are swimming through a sea of black, and we go to Mattie.
Oh
Mattie, you are in a vast space. Open sky surrounding you. There's fields of grass. You are in a black suit.
I'm already starting to cry.
Oh no.
There are flowers in your hand. You can't remember what they're called, but they're white.
Okay.
There's music faint on the wind. You can't tell what song. You don't care. There are people. You don't know them. You're walking slowly, as if in a dream, stumbling, mesmerized in a graveyard toward one single grave. You stumble, more dread taking hold of you. You know what you'll find there, but you can't bring it in yourself to look away, and you keep walking toward it, even if you know what you'll find. Before you see what name is carved on the gravestone, we switch to Mara.
Oh dear.
Mara, you are alone. At first, that's pleasant to you. It always has been. You're in your house. It's comforting, familiar. You walk around. You enjoy the silence. There's not a car on the road. There's not a bird in the tree. There's nothing. Just you. It's just silence. You look around for Shadow. And you look around for him some more. You can't find him. Usually he's quite easy to find. Follows you like his namesake. But he's not there. You look around your house, you can't find him. You feel a little drum of panic in you, and you go outside to see if he got out of the house again. Sometimes he does that. There's no one on the street. It's day. In fact, look down at the clock. It should be rush hour. Times where kids are going to class. There's no one there. There's nothing there. There's no sound. It's just you. Alone. Like you've always said you wanted. But now there are no bugs. There are no birds. There are no animals. There are no people. It is just you, and you turn around and your house is gone, and you are just on a sea of inky, black, vast void of space alone. In the dark.
No.
In the quiet. As we pull back, I need everyone to roll me a Days Danger!
A what?
Everyone but Aron, since Cade's got to you.
A mental face danger, I'm assuming?
Oh yes, so mental.
I stubbed my toe.
Oh boy. Do I have to take a -1 to that if I already have a -1 status?
Yep.
And because I only have a physical status, is that...
Nope, it's still minuses.
Damn.
So let's go down the line. Mattie, what did you get?
So I rolled an 8, -2, so it's a 6, but I can add unyielding determination, so 7. Or unyielding, not unwielding. 7, and then wise beyond my years. 8. Yeah, I can't get it up to a 10.
Okay.
Wait, mouse.
Mouse! So 9, and then I can get it up to a 10 with sleep is for the weak. Because it's weird to be in an incapacitated body.
I'm going to invoke a weakness.
Oh.
You have to set a good example, and what example would you be if you couldn't mourn?
I will accept that weakness, and that
Okay.
is a very creative way to apply that. So, like, I'm just...
Yeah, okay. So you take paralyzing fear 2.
2? That would have been at...
Uh-huh. Emma.
Yeah. I rolled a 9, but I have a -1, so that's down to 8. Then I'll do mouse, and then I'll do, I can set you, try to find somebody, anybody, that's not just the woman's voice in my head.
Okay, so
That
can
gets me
you
up
get
to-
that up to a 10?
Yeah.
I really want to use the weakness in over your head, literally, because you're in over your head. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the pun. Take the pun. Do you take the weakness?
Yeah, but I'm also going to add powers long forgotten then.
Okay, good. Good for you. Fight back.
Alright.
So you manage to... You think happy thoughts of family and friends that are close to you. And you reach
Happy
up
thoughts
and your
of my
hand
dad.
comes out of the blood. And you wake up. Mara,
Wait.
what'd you roll?
11.
Okay, you don't even need to add anything. You're sitting pretty. You're like, this scares me and attacks me deeply. But no. But you also reach around to the items, the physical items that you have on you. You reach out because you know Cerberus is just right in front of you in real life. And your hand meets fur. And you wake up. Not so alone yet. Mattie is still stuck
Yeah.
in a nightmare. A long walk to a grave you can't read. But Emma, Mara, Aron, and Aron are all up and awake now to see the form of a woman standing at the end of the hall. Her eyes are milky white. Her hair is frazzled long. Looks like it hasn't been brushed in days. It's matted with blood and viscera.
Oh, come
Oh, boy.
on. Give me a break.
And you can see that the hallway begins to widen into this room. There's a desk with jars. She has a jar open in her hand and she has closed it. And you guys watch as this light leaves Mattie, floats into the jar, and she closes it.
I'm sorry.
So we have to shatter
And she
it,
puts
of course.
puts like dazed next to two other jars that also have these lights in them.
We
and she-
shatter them.
Turns to you. You notice the glowing stick thing that looks like it could be a wand.
I want the wand.
And she glares at you all and snarls at you and moves forward at a incredible, supernatural, almost pace. And it is going to attack the nearest person to it, which, because Mara rushed ahead, would be Mara. So it is going... I need Mara to roll me a base danger. This is physical.
9.
Can you add anything to that? You can add mouse luck. What am I saying?
Yep.
You're fine. You dodge out of the way as it slashes out, which what you notice, like, clawed hands. Flailing wildly. But what do you all want to do?
I would like to stab it.
It is in between, it's standing in between us and the jars, right?
Yes, that is at the end of the hall, it looks like.
And we can't get past her?
The hallway is very
touching
short. You think getting past her would provoke an attack, moving to go by her?
I'm gonna try to run past her anyway.
Okay, roll me a face danger.
At the exact same time that Aron is attacking.
Roll me a face danger. It doesn't change anything. She can multitask. I believe in my monster.
Oh god. I got a 4, plus I have a... No, it's just physical, right?
Yes.
Oh, do I still have the -1?
Yep. 3.
Mouse luck is back to 4.
Oh, and you don't have Aron's +1 anymore. That left after you stopped fighting the Shadowlings.
Yeah.
Hate to break that to you.
I've always wanted to learn, and learning how to fight is one of the things that I've done. You can see it in my backstory. So being able to avoid
know.
things...
I know
So that's-
that you and Jade know Austin. That is the
Exactly.
similar thing to your backstories.
So that's another +1. So that's 5.
Can you get it? 3
I'll use Squirrel to distract. 6. And then to aid with the distraction, I'm going to use Creation to like create a loud flash of light to help distract. That's 7. Could be better, but
Okay, 7. You take a paralyzing wound 1.
okay.
But you do move past it. So you can feel yourself moving noticeably slower. Mara, what are you doing?
Oh dear, I don't know.
Okay, we'll come back. Aron, you wanted to attack? See.
I was muted. I would like to stab it.
Okay, hit it with all you got.
Yes. Out of 6. This dice does not like me today.
You can add stuff to it.
I'd like to add a mouse.
Okay, so that's a 7. That's already a
Wow.
success. You can add 3 more.
If it's already success, I just guess I'll keep it with that.
Okay, then you can choose one of the things that I previously listed: securing a previous position, getting them good, controlling collateral,
I would
getting a
like
card's
to
attention.
tactically reposition.
Okay, so you do 1 tier of damage to it. Mara, have you decided on an action?
Yeah, is Cerberus still out?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna obviously tell him to attack.
He growls, and then he launches himself at the woman, 3 heads bared. So hit it with all you got.
Hmm?
Hit it with all you got. Roll a hit it with all you got.
Okay. 8.
Okay, what are you adding?
Mouse
Seb-
and...
Mouse and Cerberus. That gets to 10 already.
Yeah.
Did
What do you...
mouse feel when we use mouse?
I don't know, Kenny. It's not like I've been making tallies every time you've used mouse luck.
Have you?
Yes, I have a big long sheet.
Oh boy.
So you can choose 2, Mara.
Um,
I'm assuming you would like to get them good and then secure cover.
yeah.
That's the general wombo combo.
Yep.
Okay, so you do 3 points of damage total. And Emma, I need you to roll me a mental face danger as it turns toward you. Its eyes glow and your wound pulses. And you can feel yourself getting smaller and going back to that small sea of blood and drowning in it.
7.
What are you adding?
Trust mouse. Can I do that again?
No, you can't use the same text, so.
Okay, well that's 7, which is already a soft success. I can sense you to keep my bearings. The fact that I'm in the real world, I'm not actually small. Everything is normal sized around me.
Yes, indeed. 2 more.
Pass it on. I'm gonna just try to use my own understanding of how mental stuff works to try to block it out from happening at all.
Okay. 1 more.
I can't just break this style. Can I use distraction again?
Did you use it last time?
Yeah.
Then no.
Calm emotions.
Absolutely. That one just works. Okay, yeah, you don't take the status. You avoided paralyzing fear. 3.
Nice. Oh boy.
But
That would've
then
added to my
back to
already
you. What would
one.
you like to do?
What would I like to do? I'd like to shatter the jars.
Okay, you're running past it. You reach up and you shatter those jars. Roll me a take the risk.
Oh boy.
Dun dun dun.
Hold on, let me see what it takes.
This is the most intimidating role of the game, in my opinion.
It's my favorite. What'd you get? You look...
I haven't rolled yet, I'm looking at the description.
And remember, you have a minus from your paralyzing wound and the minus from the...
Oh, I have to have 2 minuses. That's lovely.
I'm at 4. You're fine.
You're down
I
right
rolled-
now.
I rolled a 5, minus 2, that's a 3. Can I add mouses up to that?
Can you get it up? Because...
To what,
Boy.
7?
Failing to take the risk is even worse than getting a 7 and 9 on a take the risk.
Try
I'm gonna add
very
mouse.
hard.
You can add anything you want.
The mouse.
Mouse, I'm gonna add creation. I'm gonna do that to help shatter the thing. I'm gonna do, I can, wait, creation. I'm gonna use calm emotions to make sure that I don't do it recklessly, to make sure that I do it in a reasonable way.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use I can sense you to be able to know my surroundings, so I know a safe way to open the jars.
I will give all of those to you.
Can you add anything else? Like scour it, explain it away, stretch it.
The more you stretch, though.
Distraction. I'm gonna cause a distraction, so she can't stop me. The ghost creature can't stop me.
That's what, an 8?
Yep.
Can you add literally all the tags you have and get it to a 10? Or else you're gonna be given a hard bargain or an ugly choice.
gonna do want to learn. I want to learn how to properly handle this sort of situation in this type of world.
I want to learn how exactly a jar shatters. A magical jar shatters.
Oh,
There's a
God.
9. Got one more, Enya?
Just passed. I've shattered glass things before. I know how to do it.
You know what? As stupid as some of those were, just as bad as some of those were, I'm gonna give it to you. Because the alternative is so much worse.
Oh,
You shatter them on the ground. Or at least you start to. And then you pull back, and the wiser head prevails. You don't know what these things in the jar are. You don't know if shattering them would do a good thing, especially you notice there are intricate magical runes
Oh boy.
on the jar embedded in the glass of it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know exactly what would happen to the things inside of the jar
my
if
brain.
you shattered them. So instead of shattering them, you twist the cork off of the top. Like, that would be dramatic, but here's the sensible decision. And the little lights float. 2 of them float into the ceiling and disappear. 1 of them floats into Matthias, and Matthias wakes up. Your paralyzing fear status is gone.
I knew that would be worth it.
Okay, what does anyone want to do?
Okay.
So I'm awake.
Yes.
Do I still have the antler thingy in my hand?
Take back.
Sure.
How
Yes.
close is the person to me?
Close enough. You want to stab her with the antler?
I want to stab her with the antler thingy.
Okay. Roll me a hit with all you got.
Wait, I wonder if I would turn him into a shadow creature.
I wonder.
Okay.
I wonder if that's smart.
He doesn't wonder. He has a thing. He's stabbing. So it's a 9, and I can add.
Chaotic dumbassery.
That should be a tag of his. That's great.
Next improvement.
Yeah, hold on.
Really
I'm writing that. I gotta write that down.
What are you adding to hit with all you got?
Strength of a Titan and body of rock and fire. So that's up to an 11.
Okay, so what 2 are you gonna add?
Superior position and get him good.
So it takes 3. So it can hurt, but it is still up on its feet. Who else wants to do stuff?
Can I ask him to attack again?
Cerberus, yes. But be careful, since you did hit it with all you got last turn, you can't use the same tags.
Oh heck.
You attack that thing?
Okay, should I re-roll then, or?
Yeah.
Okay, 9. Okay, I need 1 tag. I'll use intimidating.
Sure. Describe to me how you kill this woman figure.
Ooh, okay. It's gonna bite her head off. And
Cerberus tears this woman apart like a chew toy.
yeah.
Does that thing where dogs shake the toy around?
Yeah, that's what I was
The
going.
blood goes everywhere.
Yep.
Real red human blood.
Oh, fun.
Can I take the wand?
You guys are out of combat.
Can I take the wand thing she had?
Sure.
Awesome.
You get a wand.
Mattie has a panic attack.
Oh, because there's a dead woman in front of you guys? And of everything else?
Oh, I forgot y'all get scared by dead things and gruesome things. My bad.
Just presses his body up against like the side of the cavern and starts hyperventilating.
I stand in front of
Okay.
Mattie to block the view.
Well, we can't go back. So we'll have to keep going forward then.
Why can't? Oh, right, because
We haven't seen
Aron.
Aron so far.
And there were only three jars, one of Mattie and one of the two circus people. So.
Yes, but now I sort of feel like an idiot because that is clearly just a mage afflicted by the blinding. Probably would have been a
Afflicted
very
by the
powerful
what?
emotion targeting mage if she had gotten any training.
Afflicted by the what?
Oh, the blinding. Human mages get afflicted by it all the time if they don't get proper training. Their magic takes control of them like a parasite eating at its brain and turns them into crazy monsters. They're all unique and do different things. That's why I didn't recognize what this one is up to. She probably would have specialized in like fear magic if she had, got to get training in time.
There was no way of saving her?
I mean, unless you all wanted to go like comatose. In the meantime, I think the proper decision was to defend ourselves. Besides, it looks like she's pretty old for someone with a blinding still being alive, so she probably lives down in the tunnels. Probably has for a while. Blinding is pretty powerful.
Huh.
Anyway, I worry for Aron. Let's go find our Shadowhunter Knight.
Good
And
idea.
hopefully, the way out of this damnable cavern.
Oh, Tele, I weren't there. We found out that a butterfly person doesn't actually have an owner.
Oh, okay.
Not really too surprising, but
He said that his master that he named didn't exist.
it doesn't exist. Yeah.
Not that he's not a familiar. Different ideas.
Need to change some of my notes. Give me just a second.
I mean, that is the conclusion that you guys came to during the episode. I just listened to it, so.
Hey, never mind.
Do you listen back to our episodes when you plan for the next one?
Yes.
Nice.
It makes taking notes so much easier because I don't have to. Anyway,
You can pause and rewind.
I can pause and rewind. It's pretty great. But you guys walk through the tunnels after. You guys walk into this chamber. It looks like a ramshackle makeshift bedroom. The desk in the corner had jars that have been long since shattered. There are some that were contained, but you screwed the top off of those, and the wisps that were contained within them went where they belong. But as you walk forward and onward past this sort of sad sight of where this mad mage made their home, you go onward into the tunnel, and the tunnel begins to widen quite a bit. Before it was shoulder to shoulder, like man-made, there are ridges on this tunnel, bumps from the sides that are unnatural, but it's huge. You guys can all walk with arms length apart from each other, and you still wouldn't reach the sides of the tunnels. But there are side tunnels carved into them with stairs going up.
Are we?
Let's go. Up we go, I guess.
You going up?
Yep, up we go.
So you guys go up the stairs, and you are thrown back up into the ruins where you were before. A circle of fire dimming as shadowlings lay dead on the floor. Aron standing above them with his big greatsword out, glowing and covered with shadowling blood. And he turns with the sword out, ready to attack more when he sees it's you guys. He's like, "Do you follow me?"
Aron got bit.
Oh my god! And he walks forward and, breaking his momentary sturdy calm to go fuss over Aron, literally fuss over him like a doting mother. Get out a poultice and put it on the wound, and immediately the wound starts to feel much better.
Oh, thank God.
He mutters some words in another language under his breath. and a rune in blue lights up, and the poultice glows with it, and the black from the veins is sucked out, turning the poultice the same black color.
10 out of 10 hopefully won't be stabbed again.
We probably will.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, were those deer things, like, also shadowing thingamabobs?
Are you still
Deer
holding
things.
the antler?
Oh, yes, they're called Balakar. They're mounts. They're shadowing mounts. They were in the tunnels. They did such a good job with them. Such a good job.
Oh, Maddie's gonna pull his shirt aside. Is this a problem?
Oh my god. Takes out, rubs the poultice on you as well. Rubs anyone who's bitten or has a wound from a Balakara shadowing with that same poultice and does that same spell.
Mm.
That just means that the
Thank
status
you.
won't get worse.
Oh no, it's gone.
So draining bite is gone?
Yes.
Oh, yeah!
And if anyone took any physical statuses, he will use healing magic to help lessen that as well.
Yeah, there's like a
Also,
whole
I might
mess
took
of
one.
them at the door.
He points to the dead shadowlings at his
Oh.
feet. You know, I sort of wondered why I left to go wander to see if there were more shadowlings in the distance, and I came back to find the whole ruins were on fire. Now I know why.
I think tank malfunctioned for a couple of seconds.
And you all wandered into the literal creepy ruin. Why? I'm going to honestly say I'm not impressed with your decision-making skills.
Well, there was a mage here. In the room.
Mage.
Yeah.
Oh yes, they did a great job taking care of it. It was a mage afflicted with a blinding, specialized in fear magic. That's what was going on with the circus.
I also
we
released the
solved
little
one
skull thing.
problem.
You solved
We
another.
Well, I'm happy that you did so. And please be more careful next time. He looks at you covered in blood and all of you, even if don't have statuses, are sort of pale and shaky. You know what you saw down there. You know what afflicted you. You know your fears. You can't shake them.
Absolutely covered in blood. Do you know if there's like a river, a pond?
I'm sure there's a river or creek we can use nearby to get cleaned. Get you all cleaned up.
Thank you. I can't shake the feeling.
So
of
you guys
blood
also
on my
head back
skin.
wet, shivering, and cold,
At least not covered in blood.
but not covered in blood and
Mhm.
dirt. That's an improvement. But you guys arrive back in the camp. Adalaie, you can see them coming back in the distance as Mattie, Cades, and Aron have things on them that glow.
What the fuck did you guys get into?
They all look
Language.
pale and horrified. I mean, Prisma's distracting.
Shit. I'm sorry, Ezekiel. I'm covering his ears now. What the absolute fuck?
Oh, we just had a little casual fun, ran into a few monsters.
Which? Mage?
Oh, the crazy
Wizard?
mage.
Thing?
Mage.
Jesus.
The entire continent is awful.
I don't know. It's not that bad here.
But
It's horrible
the
here.
ringmaster,
Horrible.
Eniko, will run out of the medical tent that they had sent out.
Oh, you're welcome, by the way.
Yes, they woke up. We saw these little
We're the
lights
ones
came
who woke
floating
them
in, and
up.
they woke up. Was that your doing?
Yes, our doing.
Oh, then thank you for your service. And he reaches into bag nearby. I must give you something to repay you for what you've done. You all don't look well. And he will hand you 50 crowns. So you all have some money now. You all have 50 crowns.
50 crowns for our entire party, or
Yes.
each person?
50 crowns for your entire party.
Okay.
You have some party funds, and he will hand you a jar with magic runes on it. That it's full. It's a short jar, red, and filled to the brim with sort of cream. This is a poultice of wound closure. We usually use it for the acrobats when they get injured, training and practicing. But From the looks of it, your journey is going to be far more dangerous than ours, so here you go.
Thank you.
Hold on, I have a running.
But as he hands you
Do you
that,
have an inventory page,
I do.
Mattie? Nice.
and Rin makes the decision that we should keep moving and you all look like you need sleep to get on the cart. We'll pull away from our adventurers. To the party of Alyssa, Kai, Gabriel, Nina, and Lucille, where they are getting ready to sleep. Gabriel knew he was in a nightmare before it even began. He had felt it in his bones before he had gone to sleep that it would be one of those nights. Nights where he woke up in a cold sweat, momentarily dazed and lost in the trappings of his own mind. Had it perhaps gotten worse since coming here? Sure, but why wouldn't it? So much stress, face-to-face with Hansen's kids every day. So much responsibility, picking a new leader. He could barely pick out his clothes in the morning. In any case, the nightmare his mind conjured for him was not an unfamiliar one, although the dread it summoned in his gut wasn't lessened by that. It was late, and he was in the basement at work. He was a mortician and was readying a body to be buried. Remembered the kid's name, even now, 3 years later. Terrence Cahill, senior track member, loud and ran fast to work off his anger. He got in a drunk driving accident, although he was the only one who died from it. At least, that's what he and the coroner had attested to. The injuries didn't match all that well with a car crash. Gabriel remembered that night well, mouthing words moments before he heard them muttered. Oscar had arrived moments before closing. He remembered being hit with that same feeling of need he always felt with his arrival. Oscar was a handsome man, pale skin and white blonde hair highlighting almost glowing green eyes. He had worn a gray, professional-looking suit with a pink tie patterned with orange smiling cats, one of the many comically off-place ties he wore to show him how much he treasured the gifts his kids gave him. God, he felt so bad for them. He walked into his workplace like he owned it. Hell, he practically did, since he pretty much owned the town, and smiled at him, lips curling softly in a way that would have been comforting on anyone else. He glanced at Terrence's body, shaking his head. Tragic, isn't it? He had a lot of promise. Power was seeping off of his words. Gabriel glanced back at the kid's stark, scarred face. Yeah, tragic. He had paused then. Is there something you need, Oscar? The ceremony's tomorrow, and I have a lot of work to get done. He had let some of his own powers slip off in black, cresting waves. He wouldn't back down. Not on this. Oscar had frowned then, and Gabriel had been hit with such heart-pounding terror he had to hold back a noise in his throat. Just came to check on you, Gabe. It's Gabriel. You've been holed down here for weeks. It can't be healthy. I'm doing my job, aren't I? You can do your job and take care of yourself, love. Stop it. Oscar raised an eyebrow, presence infuriatingly perfect and crisp. Stop what, my dear? Don't use your powers to prove a point. You've already made it in a million other conversations, and you've just come here to torment me with his face, and you can... Gabriel cut himself off. He had gone days without sleep. If Oscar's power wasn't already feeding him untold terror, he would have been mortified. Sorry. Oscar paused and his power vanished. No, you're right. Shouldn't use my power on you without thinking like that, especially while you're working. Tell me if I do it again. I've gotten stronger lately, and I find myself using them without thinking. Gabriel nodded. I just came to invite you out to dinner with Jasper and I get a break. Lord certainly knows you've earned one. To an outside observer, it wasn't a nightmare. It was a friend who sucked, historically, at controlling his abilities, asking him to step away from work, making sure he wasn't pushing himself again. familiar and comforting, if it weren't for the fact that Gabriel knew. He knew Oscar's little guard dog was waiting in the hallway, knew that Oscar wasn't himself anymore, if he had ever been. "I'm busy," he said, as the dream fizzled out to burning gray smoke and reformed into a large crow which stared and stared and stared before disappearing as well. That was when his eyes snapped open and he gasped for air he didn't know he lost, at the same exact time as everyone else, pale and desperately taking in air. Nina was the first one that spoke, as the group looked on at each other. "What the hell was that?" And with that, Kingmakers, Episode 7, Twilight, comes to a close. I've been your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and we will see you all next time.